Helping the Big Game Hunter. I'm the head coach for JobSearchCoachingHQ.com and NoBSCoachingAdvice.com. And the question for today is, how long, well, let me just make sure I have that right. How long does it take to screen resumes? And this is asked from the perspective of an employer who's using a recruiter that they're finding expensive to get good but not great candidates. As they write, for each position we get 3 to 5 candidates who go to the hiring manager, and they're thinking of bringing the process in-house and using tools like ZipRecruiter and Workable, and want to think, and they're recruiting for IT positions. How long is it going to take to narrow things down to get those same 3 to 5 options? Now, the real question I want to start off by pointing out is most people undervalue a recruiter and what they do, because you're seeing the result of their efforts in those 3 to 5 resumes. You don't know what they did to get those 3 to 5. So, for example, you're looking at the 3 to 5 and thinking to yourself, yeah, I can get 3 to 5 resumes if I use those tools. What's the problem? And the problem starts off with, okay, let's look at who's going to screen those resumes that come in and do the pre-interview with them. Who's going to evaluate them? I know when I was doing recruiting, what I would receive is hundreds of pieces of garbage that were little more than spam, that, some systems will have a data dictionary that will allow you to evaluate and have the system screen, but sometimes these systems miss things. So if you're okay with that, let's move on. And let's assume that your system is delivering, I'll just give myself as an example again. Monday morning, it's typical for me to walk into 200, or it was typical for me to walk into 200 to 250 resumes, and then have to start going through them. In the usual 3 to 5 seconds that normally is used, you do the math. And if I operated like a machine, and I was actually able to do this in 5 seconds, with 5 seconds to open up the next one and to delete the previous one. It's 6 per minute, 250 resumes. It's 6 into 240 is 40 minutes to go through it. But I get interrupted. I get distracted. I'm not a machine. I'm a human being. It's boring to read little more than spam, and you have to at least look at it for a few seconds to figure out what are they saying they do before you delete it. And as I said on an early podcast for Job Search Radio, I think it was actually in the first show, typically out of those 250, you know how many I'm going to wind up actually interviewing? The answer is 2. 2 out of 250. So just working your own math here. If you're stuck in this position of getting 250 resumes for which 2 are going to be qualified, it'll probably take about 2 hours of labor time. Now, I must tell you, there are days that go by where I'm not seeing 2 resumes that are worth my following up on. It's awful, but it's true. And the result winds up being, in terms of finding those 3 to 5 people that you actually want to interview, it may take several days. And that's before you start actually pre-interviewing people, before deciding to forward them to the hiring manager. Now, that's dedicated effort. And the probability is, in a firm like what's being described here, you're not going to have a dedicated resource doing it. It's going to be an ancillary to their job. Because if you had a dedicated resource, you wouldn't be asking the question. You'd already know. This person would be doing the pre-screening for you, and you wouldn't be using the external recruiter. So my guess is it's a small firm. It's an add-on function for someone's day, and it's going to take more time than you think. If you're okay with that, fine. But that's what you're paying the external recruiter to do, is to do that screening to get it down to the 3 to 5. I would say easily, it could take a week to a week and a half to get it to 3 to 5, while this person is doing something else as well. So, I'll just simply say, if that's worth it to you, if that expenditure of time that may wind up being pointless because the people that they identify may not fit either, go ahead, bring it in-house, do it. But if you're not sure, I'd simply say, if you want to cut your costs, reduce the recruiter fee. Take it down by 2 points. So if you're paying 25%, bring it to 23. If you're paying 20, bring it to 18%. Simply say, I want to continue giving you an exclusive, but we're evaluating internal resources, and I want to consider you because you've been very helpful to us, and this might be a way we get around it. Have a great day. JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. I can't believe this spammer. Phone spam. Phone spam. Have a great day.